guys, what's up? Oh man, I just really wish I was still at Walt Disney World. But I really want to tell you guys about my trip. So the girls and I had so much fun. About a week ago, it was kind of last minute. Me and my mom were like, why don't we just go to Walt Disney World? It'd be so fun. And we didn't want to bring Oliver because we thought it'd be too difficult to travel with Oliver. And so I just decided to go with my mom. When I was booking the trip, I had a really hard time figuring out where I wanted to stay because there's so many resorts and they're all so fun. All I did was I just called up Disney and asked somebody that helps you book your trips, like what I should do. All I said was, which resort is closest to the park? I just want to be able to walk there. So she said the Contemporary is closest. So I'm like, perfect, let's book it. So we booked it. So after I booked the Contemporary, I started looking at all the resorts and I'm like, wait a minute. All of the resorts are so much cooler. There are all these themes and they got like, some of them have animals in them and all this crazy stuff. And ours was just like the oldest hotel. I think it was the first one ever built. It's just very basic. And so I was like, should I cancel it and book a different resort? But the reason I booked it was because I had no idea about the other resorts and I thought that it'd be super cool to be able to walk to Magic Kingdom. It turns out that the monorail actually just takes you there. So we didn't even need to walk there. So anyway, if you guys are trying to book a trip to Walt Disney World, I suggest probably staying at one of the really cool resorts. Although the cool thing about the Contemporary that we stayed at night, we're on a lake. And so at night there was this really cool parade that goes every night. Hey. What's up, Kyler?
Okay, Dana.
Okay, I'll talk about that in a second. So I'm gonna be showing you guys little clips here and there because I actually didn't film a full vlog. So I just filmed like little clips on my phone. So I wanna just insert them all in this video so you guys could see what we did. So I bought 2-day park hopper tickets and I thought that meant you can go to 2 parks each day. First day, let's go to Magic Kingdom and Epcot. Second day, let's go to Animal Kingdom and the other one, Hollywood. That way we could do all 4 of them. So the girls were so excited to go to Magic Kingdom. So we got there on the first day. You guys, we made it to Walt Disney World! Look! Look at the castle! Whoa! Austin, you see the castle? Yay! Reese's! Austin! Woo! Are you guys saying John?
We sing jump.
The prettiest walkway ever. So pretty. The girls were actually too short to ride all the rides that they wanted to go on. But I brought a backup plan. When I was booking this trip, I've ordered these Filas. The girls are 39 inches tall and you have to be 40 inches to ride all of the big roller coasters, which the girls love. So I ordered these Filas, which kind of have a thick sole. But when I put them on them and they got in line, Tatum was tall enough, but Oakley wasn't. So Oakley was crying and she was so sad. Guess what else I ordered on Amazon as an extra backup? These thick soles. The problem is they weren't fitting in the Filas. So then I brought rain boots, stuffed them in. Oakley still wasn't tall enough with this and the rain boots. So then I stuffed socks under it and she went in and she was exactly 40 inches. So,
I got a new toothbrush.
Oh, thanks. So the first day they wore the rain boots and they got on all the roller coasters. Oakley was so excited to go on her first ever roller coaster, which was Thunder Mountain. Whoa, you guys, that was crazy.
That was so cool. That was.
You want to go again?
Yes, with Gwenna.
Okay, come on, let's go. As you can see, the girls were obsessed with those rides. Halston also got to go on her first ride, huh? Halston didn't even ever remember Disneyland because last time she went, she was only 9 months old. So when she went on Peter Pan and It's a Small World, she was so excited. First ride is It's a Small World. I'm so excited for Halston. She doesn't remember Disneyland at all. Woo-hoo! We did it! Oh, you loved It's a Small World, huh? It was so cute. The next day, the girls wore these with, I have another one of these, I don't know where they're at, but they were half this size and I put those into the Filas and they actually were perfect and the girls were able to go on every ride with the Fila plus a little sole.
It doesn't really matter. As long as they're tall enough like with a sole, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
It's
like
not
nobody even asked. The Fila's were actually better than boots. So the first day, Oakley can barely walk with all this stuff stuffed in it. The second day, I put this half sole into this. They could walk perfectly. They wore them all day. They were completely comfortable, and it was better than the boots. So I just kind of wish I did this the whole time. Halston actually was tall enough for her first roller coaster. There's one roller coaster that was for 35 inches, and she was right there. Okay, this is Halston's first roller coaster ever. She's never been on a roller coaster before. Halston, you're a big girl. Are you gonna put your arms up? Are you gonna put your arms up? Arms up. Nervous. Were you a little scared of that roller coaster? You were like, oh no, it's too fast for me. She likes the baby rides. But the twins also went on Splash Mountain. Oh no! Oh no! Almost in a big drop. There we go. I think we got it over here. Walt Disney World. What else did we do? We pretty much did every single ride at Magic Kingdom except for two of them, the Haunted Mansion and something else. The girls really wanted to come back, but we said, you guys, we want to be able to go to all the parks, so we can't go back. Goodbye, Magic Kingdom. At the end of the day, Magic Kingdom, it was like 7 p.m. and I was like, Mom, what time is Epcot close? I was thinking it would close at like 10 p.m. I'm like, do we have even time to go to use our park hopper on the first day and even go to Epcot? We have to go on the Frozen ride. We got park hopper tickets. We went to every single ride. Me and my mom were sprinting, literally dripping sweat trying to get to Epcot before it closed to go on the Elsa ride. We were dying, guys. Our bodies both hurt so bad from today and from yesterday that we can't even move. We get on the bus, we get off the bus, we're sprinting into the park, we run up there, we go to check in, and we pull out our tickets to scan them, and guess what? I didn't have my ticket. I lost it. I only had Tatum Oakley and my mom's. Halston didn't need one, she's free. So I was so mad. So we start pulling everything out of the strollers, and I'm freaking out. I'm having like an anxiety panic attack. I'm like, Mom, you just take them. It was like 7:30. I'm like, Mom, or it was like 7:40 at this point. I'm like, Mom, just take them. We only have 20 minutes. You have to get in line. They're never gonna be able to go on the Frozen ride. This is our only day to go to Epcot. And she goes, no, you take them. I'm like, I can't. It's your name's on that pass. The lady's like, go over to guest services and get a new pass. I was like, oh my gosh, by the time we get to guest services, we're not gonna make the ride. She's like, just run. So we're sprinting over to guest services. I'm like, I lost my pass, help me. And so she prints us all new passes. And I'm like, okay, so we got in. Bubbles! So we just got in the line right when they were closing it, and they're like, you guys hurry, get in. So we got in and we went on the Frozen ride, and you guys, it was so cute. See the ride very well, but it was just the cutest thing ever, and Halston was obsessed with it. So I'm so glad that we got in and that we made it. So we woke up the next morning and we're like, okay, today we're gonna go do Hollywood and Animal Kingdom. Because of COVID, you have to reserve where you're gonna go. So I was like, okay, so I have to get on my app, and I reserved Hollywood Studios. So I went to go reserve, it says fully booked. I'm like, what? We can't go to Hollywood Studios? So I was like so frustrated because I'm like seriously so bad at planning this trip. Like I didn't look into resorts. I didn't understand how my tickets worked, didn't understand reservations. So we couldn't go to Hollywood Studios. So I was so sad because they had the Slinky roller coaster, they had Tower of Terror there, they had Mickey Mini Ride. Like I was so excited about Hollywood Studios. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So let's just go back to Magic Kingdom. So we get into Magic Kingdom and we did all the rides that we didn't do the first day. It was starting to be like 3 o'clock and we're like, okay, well, let's go over to Animal Kingdom with our park hopper. So as we're leaving, I asked the lady, I was like, hey, I saw that Hollywood Studio was booked. Like, I'm so sad about it. She goes, no, actually, you can go. She's like, you just can't reserve it as your first park, but you can go with the park hopper anytime. I'm like, what? If I would have known that, we would have left earlier. So we left and we went to Hollywood and we went on Tower of Terror, and everyone's like, how did you get the twins to go on that ride? Which is so funny. They actually just wanted to go. They love thrillers. They love roller coasters. They love scary stuff. Like they're so weird about scary stuff. Like they love the Haunted Mansion. So they were just like, let's go on. And I said there was an elevator that just like drops you. And they're like, wait, but does the elevator catch you? I'm like, yes, it's a ride. And the one at Walt Disney World is actually really creepy. Way creepier than the one at Disneyland. Your elevator actually goes out of like the spot and goes through like this haunted hotel with the creepiest dolls and like creepy girls. I don't know how the girls even did that. I was scared, but they thought it was so fun. They wanted to go on a bunch of times. So what happened was we ended up going to Animal Kingdom because we're like, Animal Kingdom's kind of like a zoo. So I'm like, I can just take them to the San Diego Zoo. It's just a bunch of animals and safari rides. So after Hollywood, when I found out you can go to as many parks as you want, not just 2, I was like, wait, let's go to Epcot one more time and go on Soarin' because they ain't gonna go to Soarin'. So we did the same thing again where me and my mom were literally sprinting to the bus, sprinting into Epcot to go on the last ride. If we get into Epcot, my mom sprinted to Frozen one more time with Halston, and I took the girls to Soarin'. They went on Soarin'. And that was the last ride of the trip. And we literally were like so happy. We did every single ride, like at all the parks, except for Animal Kingdom. The next morning, we're done like with the trip, right? We had to leave by 3 p.m. for the flight. I only booked 2-day tickets, so we couldn't go again. I get on my app and it said that I had 2 days remaining on my tickets. And I'm like, what? Maybe it's just like a glitch. When I lost my pass, that lady gave us new tickets that were brand new. So they worked for 2 extra days. She pushed the wrong button, so we just got lucky. So I went on my app, I was like, let me just see what happens when I push this button, reserve. So I pushed reserve Magic Kingdom and it said, access confirmed. You have like a reservation. So we woke up that morning, I was like, Mom, my pass is literally working, like we can go again. And so we were so confused. We were like, what if we get all the way there and it doesn't work? So we were super stressed out. So we get all the kids dressed. So we get there. I was like, Mom, you go first and see if your pass works. And she's like, okay. So she goes through and it worked. And I'm like, what? So then I went to go get my pass and I opened my purse and mine's gone. I lost my pass again. And all the girls, we have no passes left. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is so miserable. We already got all the way to Magic Kingdom. My mom's actually worked and I didn't have mine. My mom stayed there with the girls. She came back out, sat there with the girls with their strollers. I went all the way back to the hotel, got our passes, and came all the way back. So like, it was seriously like so crazy. But then we got in and we went on a whole nother day. Anyway, that's my long story about our magical passes that worked. Well, that was a fun trip. Goodbye, Walt Disney World. Say bye, Walt Disney World.
Bye, Princess Anna.
Bye, Princess Anna.
Bye, Castor.
Hope that helps you guys for booking your trip. I know I had a lot of people asking me questions about the COVID situation at Disneyland right now. It is kind of crowded, just mostly because the rides are like 60 to 70 minute lines because they have everyone sitting 6 feet apart. There's all these like stickers everywhere. And then on the rides, they will seat like every other row. So it takes so long to get onto the rides. So if you're going, just keep that in mind. Maybe just pick out which rides you really want to go on. I'm going to show you some tricks I had for the airplane because a lot of you are asking, how did you fly for 5 hours with those kids? So I just want to show you what I ordered. I ordered some of these like quiet books, and then I downloaded a ton of movies on their iPads, and I ordered them like little headphones, and then little like, I had like little sticker books and stuff too. Get some stuff like this if you're planning a trip. A lot of you guys were asking about the masks too. So 2-year-olds and up have to wear masks. Halston's not 2 yet, so she didn't have to wear a mask at all. And she doesn't even leave her masks on, so it wasn't even an option for her. But the twins were so good about it. They left their mask on every day. I said if they took their mask off or if it was below their nose, like the lady or guy, whatever, would tell them to go home. I feel like it would be hard for 3-year-olds and 2-year-olds. So I guess I got kind of lucky that Halston wasn't 2 yet. But if your kid is 2 and you're trying to go to the park, I say like at least go and try it. Like there wasn't a lot of people coming up to us and being like, excuse me, your mask isn't on right. So I guess you just help your kids out and hope that it'll be okay. Because the trip was so much fun and the girls were obsessed. And next time we're bringing you, Kyler.
Maybe tell the Fish Fam real quickly, you know what I mean, for those haters out there, why I stayed back.
So when I booked the trip, I was like, Kyler, do you want to come with us? First of all, we don't have all of our birth certificate printed or something, right? like we need to get his birth certificate.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons.
Well, it's gonna be so hard to travel with him, and he can't go on any new rides, and it's gonna help make the kids not be able to do a lot. We were gonna have my mom watch Oliver, but she thinks it's kind of hard to watch a kid that age for 4 days, so I don't blame her. So I'm like, the only possible way our girls could go on their dream trip is if Kyler watched a baby for 4 days. I kept asking Kyler, are you sure you're not gonna be sad? You promise you're not gonna be sad? And he's like, no, this is gonna be fun for me. So thanks, Kyler.
So all you haters on Reddit, come at me, bro! Come at me, bro!
When I read those, it kind of makes me feel bad because I'm like, I must not be doing a very good job explaining Kyler in my life with the kids. Kyler literally helps me every second of the entire day. I'm not just saying that.
Madison was not paid to say that statement.
No, he wasn't. I mean, no, I wasn't. Okay, and for the shout out on this video, we ran into this dance team. Shout out to you guys. There was like 18 girls on this dance team, and I took a video with all you guys.
We're here with a bunch of the members of the Fishfam.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let the magic be with you. Goodbye.